we have to define these expectations? How will you know when you've reached them? Is there like, I got my degree, or I got a job with X salary or X company, something like that? Is there any like concrete ways to measure these expectations?
Yeah, I guess when you start job hunting or looking to advance your career, looking to move somewhere to advance, I mean, obviously we want that name to carry weight. If they're interested in asking how was Regis and this was your GPA, and are they going to be astonished that you were able to pull a 3.8 here? Is that going to be, is that going to get you farther?
Yeah.
I think it's what you learn, you're actually applying it in the workplace, not even in your life, just, in general. You're able to use some, some of this management stuff we're learning, you can actually apply that to your everyday life.
I would say, just being able to say that we graduated from here and see what opportunities lie ahead, because I see more and more people graduating from college, but then they struggle for months to find a job. So I would like to see if, I have the same situation happen to me once I graduate.
Hey, Bill Murray went here 1 year, right?
Hey.
So,
We got something going for us, guys. We got something. So, what do you value most about your experience here at Regis? Yes.
I like that even though it is a Catholic church, I see that a lot of the teachers cater to other religions as well. Like they do a really good balance. Because when I first came here, I'm Catholic, and they said that people that I talked to that weren't Catholic, they're like, oh, they don't really cater to people that aren't religious. But with my teachers, I see that they're very they just find that a really good balance to I don't know if accept is the right word, but just accept everyone, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have something? No, sorry, I just saw you fixing.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. So what do you value about your experience here at Regis? As far as in the classroom, outside the classroom?
I just like how they have online and in classroom, so you can get a little bit of both.
Great.
I like how my instructor can kind of guide me and say, okay, well, this one might be a little tougher, so take this one in the classroom. I like how they do offer both instead of just restricting it to online and working people. Because, some classes I'd rather just get in here and knock out the 4 hours in class. And I'd rather do that than sit on the computer and do discussions all day. So I like having that balance and get to choose what if it's online or in the classroom, so that's good.
Yeah.
I value that.
Classrooms they're very interactive as well, which I kind of like. So when you're sitting down, everyone's getting involved. You don't really have time to daydream, which is good because we're always on our toes, especially when we're all kind of doing adult education. A lot of us are coming here straight from work, so we're not exactly the most aware. So I find we're in a bigger classroom, larger, more students. You don't pay attention as much, which I think is better. Smaller classrooms are more effective.
Great. Yeah. What do you know?
I was just gonna say I value the fact that the classes are only 8 or 5 weeks long, so it lets you get more classes done than a regular traditional student.
Perfect. Okay.
Also, the fact that most of the teachers I've had are really understanding if there's always an emergency or something comes up. They've been pretty flexible with that, which allows me to still get my work done and all that.
Yeah. What do you back?
Just being in the classroom, you're going to learn not only from your teacher, but your other students are really intelligent. You'll pick up stuff being in the classroom. Old guy like me, I still learn from other people all the time.
Yeah. Did you have something too?
Yeah, I was just gonna expand on his point about the smaller classes. I know people who go to CSU and have over 100 kids in their lecture class, and all they do is party away $15 grand a year, whatever it is now. And I like that you guys are very serious about your education, and we kind of get the small group attention instead of going to an auditorium, sitting 70 rows up, you can barely read the board and everything like
So are there any other structures that you guys can think of that would be useful to you? As far as classroom times or days of the week that classes are offered, or anything as far as like classroom structure that would be useful?
Like weekend classes?
Yeah.
Do they don't have those now?
No,
Never seen.
they have them, I don't know if they have them.
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go with no, because I've never heard of weekend class. So
That would
probably,
be nice.
yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
Especially for adult education, you know, a lot of people do work
Yeah.
9 to 5, most people even have to struggle getting here in time from work for
Yeah.
classes that are starting at 6, especially with traffic.
Mhm.
So Saturdays and Sundays might be a lot easier for adult education, so.
Yeah.
I would say, maybe more classes offered at this campus, cause,
Okay.
most of the classes that I've seen, they're down in DTC, and that's a 45-minute drive for me. And then
If
plus
we're lucky.
traffic. And, you know, I have to commute here or there. And, you know, I've been shying away from the online classes because I like the interaction in the classroom.
Yeah.
See, I'd like to see more at the Broomfield.
Okay.
And I heard you guys were in Loveland, I don't know if that's true or not, or are they closed down, or?
Yeah, it's an inactive site now,
Okay.
just to
But the
chime in.
Broomfield facility,
Yeah.
Broomfield location would be great.
Yeah. So is there anything that you guys value as far as in-class experience versus online experience? Anything like that? Do you value one more than the other? Do you like the combo?
Definitely like the combo, especially with the weather coming up, maybe in the winter, maybe I can take an online class and not have to drive.
Yeah.
And kind of, you know, switch back and forth, maybe in the spring I'll come back for the in class.
Yeah.
Try to do that more.
I would have to go the other way with it. I specifically like physically having to show up to class because I know myself well enough to know that I could not be disciplined enough to log on X amount of times a week, do the assignments and stuff like that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, with on the online stuff, you have to comment on other people's stuff, and sometimes people don't comment until, you know, the very end of the deadline, so you're having to wait on them to, you know, make their discussions, to be able to comment on their stuff, so you're almost relying on other people to get their work done.
Okay.
So I kinda like the balance of, you know, in class and online, but
Yeah.
sometimes the discussions get a little lengthy when you're writing a 5-pager every week, and then you have to comment on other people's stuff, it's just a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
Well, even with those comments, they're pretty generic,
Yeah.
like, good job, I like
Yeah.
what you said, kind of thing, you
Just
know?
leave it out.
There's not much help as far as feedback.
I think I like a little bit of both, having campus and then internet courses. And being an accounting major, I did most of my modules online through accounting and like word problems and like data entry and stuff. And that helped a lot. And so, but I think there's also a need for discussions in class with like accounting principles and stuff.
Yeah. Is there anyone here who does like the online classes better than in classroom classes? That makes sense?
Actually, I like the online
Okay.
a little bit more, but
Yeah.
I also like interaction too.
Mhm.
And what worked for me is the flexibility in timing
Yeah, that makes sense.
and the depth of, like, the depth of knowledge that I can research from external sources and just putting it all online. It's much more detailed than what I can do here.
Yeah.
Because I can look it up, you know, Google or something.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And can you guys comment to the blended classrooms as well? Where there's like portions online or just like.
Say you'd have some modules, as you were explaining earlier, and then you had the opportunity in class to work in discussions. Is that something that?
I haven't had one.
Never-
It's combined, yeah.
But what do you think of the idea? Sorry, Chris.
I've
No,
had
you're
that
fine.
in other schools where you had to do that, or it was the hybrid class.
Yeah, I tried that once.
No?
Yeah. No, okay.
I liked it, for me, it worked pretty
Okay.
good because I was able to, the class wasn't as long, you know, we
Oh,
only had a short
okay.
class, but so you did it online, so it kind of was.
I found myself doing more work in that class than any other class. I dropped it.
Sadly. like that, would that be appealing to you or enticing at all?
I think that would depend on the structure.
Okay.
I mean, you can't have like 2 days out of the week and go to campus and then 1 day online. It would have to be like, you know, a little bit here and there. So,
Yeah. Definitely a very different experience. So then, how about services for you guys? Do you feel that there are services like study abroad, or internships, or help with homework, or things like that that you guys could use more of? Is there something that you guys love as far as the service that Regis offers you guys?
Do they, I didn't know they offered study abroad for CPS students.
I don't think they do, to be honest with you.
And that would
but-
be cool, because I mean, in these last couple of classes, it's all been about global business. And
Oh, cool.
interacting with people in different cultures and knowing who you're communicating with. So I mean, something like that would probably be beneficial to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially in management. You're managing different types of people from different backgrounds, and, you know, trying to fit positions to people, people to positions.
Yeah. So would anyone else be interested in like a study abroad program, an internship program, or even like a job placement program or something like around that line-ish, would you say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, when I started here a year ago, I was strongly pushing for the department who handled internships. And pretty much, I ran into 2 counselors that couldn't help me, and then a third finally referred me to the internship office, and they just told me they don't have that program for CPS students, which to me was kind of disappointing, considering the fact that I'm going here.
Yeah.
It's prestigious school, and I'm paying a lot of money for my education. Why don't I have the same opportunity as a traditional student?
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Good answer, Steve. Get that on camera.
I got your voice. We're good to go.
Golden star beside that one.
I think that would be a great thing to
Yeah.
go to a different city or a different country even to study abroad and bring back that experience back into the classroom.
I like it.
If you do implement these programs, I would strongly suggest that you advertise them very well too, because I
Okay.
mean, I got an email the other day and it was just like, hey, you have a help center and the library's open from here to here, and I was like, okay, you know, like thanks for letting me know 2 weeks into the school and everything like that, so.
Okay. Yes.
I tried, the career service center. And I gotta be honest, like, they're really just, they're counselors, like, they're not gonna help anybody necessarily find a job.
Okay.
Is Regis working with like any companies around town that are specifically looking for Regis students? I mean, really, what are these? I mean, I understand that, you know, the mental support is great, you know,
Yeah.
I try taking advantage at both institutions,
Mhm.
but, I mean, I think that's what everybody wants ultimately, right?
Okay.
Is a job.
Yes.
With the Regis name backing it up.
Mhm.
So what is Regis actually doing, you know, with the community to attract, you know, these employers and partner them with these students?
Is there a job board or anything that these companies can post jobs on? 'Cause I know, like in my engineering department I work, and they want people from the mines. And I
Got
know
it,
mines
okay.
has this job board where people are looking for
Yeah.
engineers, and that's been real helpful for them.
Got it.
So that'd be probably helpful where companies can go to
Yeah.
look for people, vice versa, because students can go there.
Okay. So, Insight is technically that job board, just to like give you like some
Is it?
answer.
Okay.
Yes, we technically do things, and I would say the biggest thing is you guys, which sounds really stupid, but like you guys create the connections for every other future student. And so like I have friends who went to like prestigious accounting firms. Now the accounting firms want to look at Regis because of the students they've hired in the past. So you guys are really that connection. So how can we best help you guys with that? What services does Regis have now that you guys do enjoy?
It's only my 4th class, so I'm
Okay.
still figuring
No
it out.
worries. You're good.
It's the same boat, you know, just learning how, you know, I don't even, just seems like I just sign up and you're kinda on your own, figure it out.
Okay.
And there's not that direct, I don't know if they should have a night, like an open night, hey, everybody get together, you know, open house or kinda, you know, go over things, but it just seemed like, you know, figure it out.
Yeah.
I think Yeah, I think getting students connected to like the guest speakers that come
Okay.
here out sometimes,
Yeah.
and that'll be a nice thing, cause I know these guys probably don't know it. But I've been to a few of them for, entrepreneurship and then for other stuff, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think the career service is pretty good.
Okay.
I remember going to a job fair here at
Mhm.
Regis, and they had the big companies like Deloitte and Touche
Yeah.
and Touche here, so I really like that,
Okay.
that face-to-face connection.
Great. Yeah. So what else do you guys have to say about your experience here at Regis? Do you guys feel that it's helped you advance farther in life? Do you feel like it's a positive experience? What do you guys feel about your experience here?
Did anybody else, I mean, this is my first semester here, but
Great.
I had a hard time like looking up the classes and, I mean,
Okay.
right, so the entire site is user-friendly. And I gotta be honest, I mean, if it weren't for my time at community college, I would've gave up. I probably
Okay.
wouldn't even made it to class or have registered. But, I mean, and certainly student services, it was there to email
Yeah.
and all, but I mean, basically it took me, what, 10, 20 minutes to sit down and figure it out.
It's like the information spreads so far out, you got web and binder over here, and you got the undergraduate facilities, and you got the college of professional studies, and you got this, that's all spread out. I didn't see it. It's just hard to find your way.
Got it.
It seems.
Okay.
I know technology, but a book with the classes, here you go, there's what you can take, you know, 15, 16. Maybe I'm old school, but it's just nice, cause you can look through there, okay, you know, maybe I can take this class, or I got this time. But like you were saying, it's not user-friendly, it's not easy, and I had to have an advisor walk me through that. I was just getting, you know, frustrated with it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I know everybody wants to go away with technology, but a nice catalog, sure, it's helpful.
Yeah, what makes it more confusing is the 8-week 1, 8-week 2.
Got it.
Falls,
Okay, yeah.
Makes it difficult to keep track of where the classes when the classes are actually taking place.
Yeah.
But I will say that everybody I spoken with that has, you know, been a CPS student says once you start taking the 8-week classes, you can want to go back. And I can kind of see that because it does fit my schedule, so.
Great.
Can you rephrase the question?
Yeah, just tell me about your experience here, almost. Has it been good? Has it been bad? What have you enjoyed here? Do you enjoy the classes? Do you enjoy campus? Anything like that?
So I definitely enjoy, just, the setup.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, I repeated myself earlier, is the way the classes are formatted, 8 or 5 weeks. You know, the teachers I've had, the way that, you know, the classes are set up so that we can integrate and speak and, you know what I mean? It's just not, you're just gonna come here and sit down and stare at the board for 4 hours. You know, that definitely helps when you're working all day.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing a million things. You can come here and it's kind of like refreshing.
Great. That's great input.
Yeah, and then also, like I said, being my first semester here, I'm not too happy to find out, like these guys have said, that the majority of classes that I want to take or I need to take according to my degree plan or path are either online or in ETC. It's like, hey, man, like, no, I chose to come here.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I can find some more of those classes in the
Okay.
future.
Yeah. We'd like to see your face on campus, so it'd be great. Anything
Because I
else?
gotta be honest, it was slim pickings for what I was trying to do. And, man, almost did not enroll near it, so.
Hmm.
How about interaction with teachers? Do you guys enjoy your teachers? Do you enjoy the formats that they teach? What do you guys think?
I enjoy it. I mean, every teacher's different.
Yeah.
I've had teachers where there's hardly any communication, and kind of just let you work it out with your groups. And I've had some that are really good at communication, but it generally it's been pretty good.
Okay,
They've all
great.
been pretty good.
So I won't tell your teachers. I
Well,
don't
one
even know.
And I'm
I
teaching
swear.
in a different
Yeah.
school, so you don't have to worry about me.
I don't like when they pick, like, 3 or 4 students together to do a project, and then, one student flakes out and you're caught holding the bag, trying to work on that project. I kinda like working on my own project.
Okay.
But I mean, I know it's to build a team,
Yeah.
but man, that's rough when you get somebody that just don't care, they just wanna pass, or, and you're holding the bag. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Any good teachers like that? Anything else need to be done? So, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna be your total levy.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna punish you by adding an extra hour.
Sorry, guys.
He could do it too. He can talk.
Thank you guys again. I really appreciate it.
One last suggestion, can we get a mobile app?
We have one.
We have a mobile app, yeah.
Regis has a mobile app, guys.